Everybody, we are at BCMC and I am standing with Cooper Lane, the one and only Brave Controls, and they are here not only to see what's happening, but they're educating everybody here, not even by themselves. You guys collaborated on a big panel of a lot of the other automation experts here.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about who you are, why you're here, what that panel was about, and let's talk about the most asked questions.
Yeah, so as you said, Cooper Lane, VP of Sales with Brave Control Solutions. I'm the other Coop in the industry. I think
it's a good name.
Yeah, exactly. We were here yesterday, kicked off the education series side of the show with a panel on automation.
Yeah.
As you said, sat up there with some of the industry leaders, the trailblazers in this space.
Yeah, sure.
Try to garner some interest in automation, show that it's something that could be accessible, to talk about some of the challenges that we have around it and what Brave's doing, what our competitors are doing in this space.
Yeah.
There's a lot of commonality there. So I think it was pretty effective. It was very well attended.
Yeah.
It went well.
So you guys are, we're going to talk about the most common questions, but I think what's interesting about Brave is you're very custom.
Yes.
And you look at the business, what the processes are of the business, who the clientele is, what the production levels need to be, and then you custom build the machines or design them or retrofit machines to work for that client. Is that right?
Yeah, exactly. So it's actually something that we weren't used to up until about 2017. We came into the space where we're used to dealing with aerospace, automotive, hordes of engineers that work for these companies that come to us with a stack of drawings and say, here's what we want.
Right.
Give us a quote. Here's your machine build spec. Everything that you need to know is pretty much in that set of documents.
Yeah.
What we're finding in this space is that we can, a lot of times, we get approached by a customer, a potential customer, that says, here's my product, how do I automate? So we are doing exactly what you said. We're looking at the product obviously first. We're trying to understand the process. Sometimes, we could be 2 months into this engagement.
Right.
And the problem isn't exactly what we were contacted for in the first place.
Sure.
So it's helping them understand what their problem actually is, and then it's moving into solutioning. Like you said, we're custom too. So a lot of what you see on the floor here is a standardized solution that a customer has to work within whatever the product is that they buy, right? So they have a product that they've designed, they bought a machine, and they have to make their product work inside that machine. We take a different approach, is that we take a look at your product first and design machines around it. They say design, we then build too. So we're a full systems integrator, design, build, install, commission, support.
Yeah, and you look at what the ROI is potentially going to be on those machines. It's an investment.
Huge in the space, and then it's one of the biggest roadblocks. It is the biggest roadblock. It's that first step.
Right.
It's getting over that big CapEx number. But that's what it is. It's a capital expenditure, and there's ways to prove that out. There's ways to justify that CapEx.
Sure.
We come again from these industry spaces where a 2 to 3 year payback is necessary to justify the expenditure.
Right.
So we approach it as such. We go through again in this more of a consultative role, where we help the customer understand what their costs are, what their operation looks like now, and then work a new system into it. Work these productivity factors in, your 4, your 5, your 6 times productivity factor, and then show you what we have to show you is a 2 to 3 year payback. Can we get beyond that? Yes, sometimes you can, but it has to be within something along those lines, because the reality is that you're amortizing these machines over a certain set of time too. You have warranties, you have your amortization. That machine needs to be paid off before those times hit.
Absolutely. So what were the most common questions? Let's do 2 of them. Well, give me the top 2 questions that struck a nerve with everybody on the panel.
Well, we get it all the time, and it came up on the panel was, what do we automate? And honestly, it's a runaround kind of answer, I feel like sometimes, but the real answer is I have to see your process. It goes back to what I just described to you.
Right.
What do we automate? Well, if I was making a standard product for trusses, I'd say, you have to automate trusses, but that's not what we do. We come and we take a look at exactly, and every operation is different. So it's a tough answer to come up with. Well, call me and I'll come take a look at your process, but really that's how we come to our solutions.
Sure, it's kind of like the, how much is a bag of groceries, right?
Right, exactly.
You have toilet paper in it or filet mignon, like what do you want to do? Where do you want to go?
Yeah.
For sure. And second question.
Question a lot of times comes down to timing.
Yeah.
How fast can I get this automation? So, I like that question because a lot of times if you're asking me timing, you've kind of gotten your head around the CapEx side of it.
Yep.
We, like I said, we build a custom solution. but our timing is not very far off of buying standard off-the-shelf stuff too. So it typically, you know, and again, it ranges, depends on what the solution, the complexity of it.
Yep.
You're looking at, you know, minimum 9 months for something not too complex, but you could get as long as 2 years.
Yeah.
It just depends on, again, how much are we automating, and how complex can the system be.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's interesting, right? Because I'm in factories all over the country, well, around the world, and I'm seeing you guys in these factories. It's not like you're calling me up and say, hey, Dave, we got a job here, right? So, I mean, I'm assuming based on that, one, you're bringing value to the customer. Two, you got to be price competitive. Then taking something and then having to spend the time and the money to customize it. You guys just start off with what's the business process, where are we going, how do you get a return on investment, and this is where we're going to start, and this is your roadmap to success.
Yeah.
That's the difference with you guys. So
yeah, it
I
is.
love it.
It is, and I think I was describing to you before too. Is that, you know, some people are buying a Swiss Army knife that has 14 tools. They're using 2 of them.
Yeah.
Your ROI is based on those 14 tools. We're building systems with those 2 tools, so that your ROI can be realized that much faster too.
Cooper, thanks,
Always
man.
a pleasure, Coop.
Yeah, Coop and Coop. There we are. BCMC Dave Cooper. Stay tuned for more. Thanks for watching.
Thanks.